everybody, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. Definitely wanted to kick off this playlist and everything to do with plant care. Just kind of introducing my plants to ya. So it is going to be a process without a doubt, but bear with me and we will get through this together. I have an obscene amount of plants behind me. As you can see, I've moved some stuff around because I wanted to feel a little bit more like I'm in a jungle. So that's what we're doing. So, without further ado, oh wow, they're flowering already. Okay, all right, heard. So this, I can take it off the thing, which is wonderful. This, I'm gonna use this, oh, there's dirt on it. This is a gardenia. I was gifted this by a friend of the family. It does need to be watered because this was recently given to me a couple days ago and it was not part of the schedule that I have my plants on. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to balance it out. So I might just miss the soil for now, just for the sake of keeping it a little bit happy. And then I will water it after I get out of this video for you guys. I did want to show off a majority of my plants. That's for certain. So without further ado, here we go. Actually, I like the lighting here. I like this. So this is new to me, so don't mind me. All right, so this, and I'll actually show this bad boy right here because it's growing so well. So this is a variegated, I'm gonna put that like in the way just so you can see it. Then you have here, if you can't see, it's the pink that I absolutely love. And then these leaves are speckled, which are super duper cute, and they do look like hearts. I've been waiting for this for so long. I love any type of stringing plant. I mean, this bad boy is getting so long and I was very, very happy to be able to have that, and it's growing. So I figured instead of having it on my shelf and draping, I might as well give it a little bit room. As you can see, a lot of growth is on this side. So I do, because I have a south-facing window, which is one of the best windows ever. East is over here, west is over here for me. So I turned the pot slightly to face the eastern side, so this part of the pot and this part of the plant gets enough sunlight to start kind of producing more growth, pretty much, kind of aiding it a little bit to get a bit more happy. So I'm gonna put these bad boys back. I actually got these from a plant trade group on Facebook. I ordered them through someone from California. She was selling like 100 of them, so I grabbed 2 because they're really, really cheap, and you won't find a cheap string of hearts, let alone a variegated string of hearts, anywhere. So this is my Hoya Silver Splash. It's very, very gentle variegation. I do obsess with Hoyas, and I love the viney texture and the way they grow out. I'm excited for how long this is gonna get, but this is one of my new babies. I got this from Logis, which I believe are still doing curbside pickup for any plants that you see, as well as you can call and find out if anything's in stock as well, which is great. So this is definitely one thing you should invest in. I do recommend going to the website or calling before you go, because it is in Danielson, Connecticut, and you don't want to drive all the way out there depending on where you're coming from and get there and the plant that you're looking for isn't there. So they'll be able to tell you whether or not they have something in stock, and if it says they're out of stock, it might be because they're waiting for some more to grow or more to come in. So definitely call them to double check. Then here, I just replanted this. So this was originally propagating water, but I decided it grew enough roots. It's a little wonky, but it's only one stem right now. And this is a Hoya Crimson Princess. And you can't really tell, but I'll use this, which leaf? This leaf. It has a little pink hue to it. And this Crimson Princess will be a little bit pink. It does not turn pink like a Crimson Queen. That is a huge difference there. So you'll see when I get my hands on a Crimson Queen Hoya Carnosa, you will be able to see the difference. I'm going to make sure that I do side-by-side profiles of the both of them so you can see how big a difference the pink on those plants are. Then I have this lovely lady right here. This is a Hoya Curtsii. So I'm going to go like this so it kind of focuses on it. They have like little splashes of white on it. They're super duper cute. This one is getting leggy, and honestly, I don't care. This can grow whatever way it wants. And then I turned this side towards the sun as well, just so I can promote growth in this direction. So we'll see what happens. But sometimes some plants just like growing in one direction. And then we have this bad boy that I got from Woodland in Manchester. And they're doing curbside pickup as well. So for all the fiends that really, really want to plant right now, I definitely recommend. But I will say it's not really worth it. Just stay home. Just stay home. The garden's not going anywhere. None of them are going anywhere. And the plants will still be there. Trust me. So without further ado, this is a Crassula. That's the scientific name for it. But it is known as the string of buttons. And if you can't tell, they're little itty bitty babies coming right out of those, and I absolutely love it. They're adorable. They're just growing in any which way they seem fit, and I'm here for it. Anything trailing, as you can see from all the plants behind me, they're doing their thing, and I'm not gonna argue with that. Then this bad boy, which I love so dearly, this is new as well. I believe I got it last month or the month before, I can't remember. But this is a Raven ZZ plant, or also known as a zebra plant, whatever you want to call it, but it's Raven. It's black. This is not the normal type of ZZ. I'm going to show you actually my monster ZZ in a second. This typically grows in green and then immediately starts turning black once the leaf matures and unfurls. Not really any growth. I did transplant it to a larger pot because of the pretty much growth that my other ZZ is doing, but because it's not really good to transplant smaller plants and smaller root systems to a larger pot, mainly because they don't actually retain the moisture. All the moisture will be sucked and kind of, it'll neglect the plant. It'll pretty much just go wherever it wants in the dirt and stay there, and it'll be difficult for a smaller root system to get all that moisture to the plant. So it is difficult, so that's why you really want to be careful when transplanting. You want to make sure the pot is big enough to where it'll support a large root system, but not too big to where it won't get the nutrients that it needs. So I'm definitely going to be switching this pot with the pot my ZZ plant is in, because this is a very small root system and my ZZ plant is practically uprooting itself out of the pot that it's in. So I can't wait to show you that one. Alrighty. Is there any water in this bad boy? I hope not. Alright. So this is my normal ZZ. It's not variegated whatsoever, and it is beautiful. This is actually a brand new frond. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see how shiny it is. It's brand new. They're super smooth. I love it. You're going to see a little bit of white flecks because I sprayed this recently with my little soapy mixture. Anytime I get a new plant, I always treat all the new plants and any adjacent plant that I put next to it. So mainly because if you're getting it from a greenhouse that you don't normally buy from, or some Home Depot, they always have, like, Home Depot has shitty plants sometimes. But I don't want a sick plant to infect my other plants. I don't want an infested plant to infect my other plants. So I'm just being proactive and being very careful to make sure that doesn't happen. Alrighty. So I'm going to put this bad boy away. And let's see. Whoop. My Cebu Blue just grabbed me a little bit there. So I'm not going to take these down. I'm just going to kind of tell you what they are. So this is a actual philodendron. This is not a pothos. It is quote unquote named a Cebu Blue pothos, but it's actually a type of philo. So it's these type of leaves, which kind of want to pull you. Come here. All right. So it's these types of leaves. These leaves. So sorry about that. I'm using some new recording software, so don't mind the cutoff. But what I was going to say is that this type of leaf is not typical to the pothos shape. This is a philodendron shape. It's very, very common for a philodendron to either have this shape or the one that I'm about to show you on this plant right here. This is a philodendron Brazil. It's spelled a little bit differently like the country. It's spelled with an S, not a Z. Then my other philodendron, my silver, I thought it was a pothos. It is not. I was wrong. So sometimes it's pretty easy for people to mistake philodendrons with pothos. It's totally normal, but I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible to identify the difference, especially when I do a future video strictly about philodendrons and strictly about pothos. So this, once again, is a Cebu blue philodendron, not a pothos. And it's really pretty. Sometimes it gleams a little bit blue. It's a bit metallic, if you can see it reflecting the light off of it, but it is a nice darky green, which I do love the most. This does have a note on it, so I could propagate it, but this is a nice healthy volume for what I have. So me pulling off one single leaf is the equivalent to like trimming it and pruning it. So this isn't a big deal at all. I have a little plastic bag for any spare leaves that I empty regularly to dump, and as much as I want to compost, I'm not allowed to do that here, but we'll move on to that definitely in the future. So next is, let's see, I'll use this one because that one needs pruning. Is this no, it's not. Perfect. So this one's a little bit roughed up, but as you can see, it does have this weird, almost heart shape to it. Kind of has a little butt cheek part of the heart right here. Yes, I did say butt cheek. And it comes down to a point, just like the Cebu blue, as much as I want to say pothos, because that's what I thought it was originally. That philo, they're very, very identical in that sense. The neon pothos that I have, I think is actually a philodendron. I'm not sure. So I'm definitely going to have to do research about that. But my friend Chelsea, I think she has a neon philodendron. So I'm definitely going to have her take a pic of her leaves and compare it to mine. If so, I might be wrong. Who knows? I might have a philo. I might have a pothos. Who knows? But as you can see, it's very different. Brazil philodendrons have slightly variegated leaves where it's like almost kind of lime green right in the center. And then it has a darker green like the Cebu blue on the edges. And this is usually how they look. Most of them have different size variegations or different place variegations, but usually it's always going to be a dark edges with a lime center or something close to it. They come out this weird like red color. I'm not going to take the baby off because I don't want to stress out this frond, but it's very interesting. So any new frond on a Brazil pothos is literally, I'm not even kidding you, literally orange, and then the leaves come out like a weird reddish orange, and then slowly but surely start growing and getting more of the chlorophyll from the sun and producing it to turn green. So that's another one of my favorites. This bad boy right here, these are two separate types of pothos. I put them together just because they look really good together. So this lovely, cute, actually I'll show you this one just because it's a new one. So I love it. This is also a metallic looking leaf here. The color variegation is so beautiful. It's called a pearl and jade pothos. So the jade referring to the green and the pearl referring to kind of the opaque white. Not all of these leaves are going to be white. So some of them come in yellow, some of them come in like an opaque, and others come in white. So pearl and jade have a very, very nice variegation. It varies per leaf, as most pothos do. And then this one is a little bit wonky. This is a Mandula pothos. So it has weird variegation. A lot of people will mistake it for a marble queen, but it actually is not. This is a Mandula. They have these wonky shaped leaves. If you can't tell, it comes to a point here. It can easily be mistaken for a phyllo, but it is not. They're just really, really wonky. All of these are very, very wonky leaves, and they have spotted variegation rather than the solid variegation shown on the pearl and jade. So I'm gonna put that back. I want to show off this cutie patootie. So as you can see, I'm like holding it between my forefinger and thumb because it's so tiny. This is what I like to call my little butt, but it's called a living stone, or its scientific name, lithops. And what it does is it starts off with this little cute stone by itself, which was originally this right here by itself, completely flat. And then they grow by putting out new, I call them butts, so I'm going to say butt. They put out new butts from the center. And then eventually this one is going to become one. And then this one's going to die. And it's just going to continually grow. So I'm excited what this is going to turn into. You do not water this. You don't water it. Just don't water it. It's not worth it. Sometimes I missed it like maybe once a month just to kind of give it a little bit of something. But these grow in Africa. In the Sahara Desert. Like, you don't need water there. Let's see. I'm a little disappointed in this. This one's dying. And I don't know how to fix it because it's not happy at all. So I'm going to try to work my magic. It's my string of dolphins. I might have to invest in a new one or try to propagate this and hope for the best. But for some reason, it is not a happy camper. And I moved it to the far corner of my room where the bookcase is. It did not like that. So I moved the succulent back in the window where it was living its best life. And we'll see what happens. I know it has a lot of dead little dolphins on it, but it's still growing outwards, still gaining length. So without a doubt, I'm going to make sure that I keep watch and rarely check on it. But let's see. So this bad boy, I love it so much. Look at you, you're so precious. Just checking it because this one had mealy. Aha! You still do, you little bitch. They get in the crevices and then it's hard to find them. But I got rid of almost all of them. And originally it was just, it was just this one flower. And now they've a bud here and they have a couple more buds. I never knew that this Graptivaria puts out flowers. I thought it was just a plain succulent. I was wrong. This has very, very vibrant pink flowers, and I did take a picture a couple of days ago. But what happens to the flowers, they slowly but surely die off eventually. And there's going to be a point where this is going to completely disappear. The actual stem's going to break off, and then it's going to do it again next year. It's a very, very interesting way of producing flowers, and I absolutely love it. It's the cutest thing ever. So, I'm going to put that bad boy back. And I turn it, anytime there's growth and it's leggy like this, I turn it away from the sun. So I turn the leggy parts away from the sun to kind of promote the growth towards the sun and straighten out. So then I also have this cutie pie here. These are string of beads and they're very, very bulbous. I think I might have overwatered it because some of these are small, some of these are like normal size, and then you have like these ones that are freaking huge for some reason. But yeah, it's growing a decent amount. It was not this long when I got it. This one was from Woodland, and it was just only in this pot. So once again, I turned it away from the sun to start promoting growth, which as you can see, this is going towards the sun when I had it in the window. So it's definitely working out. You just have to be very, very patient. Patience is a virtue when it comes to certain plants. Then I also have some stuff propagating. Granted, it's going to be weird because it is a cactus. I am actually growing them separately. So these had little nodes on it. If you can't tell, it has little bits, and each of the bits are actually growing roots out of it. Once there are enough roots, I'm going to literally separate the pieces of the cactus and put them in the dirt so I can have a more a larger volume of the cactus, because these are very flimsy. I have it in water, which is really weird thing to do, especially for cactuses. But if you can see, these are all roots right here. It's building its own root system. So once it gets a little bit stronger, I'm going to transplant it. And then same thing for here. Kind of look like tapeworms, but they're not. These are all roots. So I'm going to separate them and get rid of the ones that aren't rooting and go from there. I'm excited. And then, where's my other one? Don't mind the Groot with all the little things in them, like my supernatural coin. Yes, I do. If you remember, I have this tattooed on me. Move that out of the way really quickly. A friend from my plant group also not only made this and another one of my vases. This was glass blown, and it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Then a different person bestowed this piece of ivy, which originally when I first started taking care of plants and got into them, thank you, Chelsea, I killed all my ivy. But this looks like a really healthy piece of ivy, and look at how strong that root system is. I'm really, really excited to transplant this because it looks so healthy. I'm probably going to be doing a transplant video on Monday, so we will see about that. A lot of stuff needs to either get into smaller pots or into a larger pot. Then I have this bad boy, which I actually attached to a piece of wood because it was lopsided, like it was growing really, really weird because of all of this weight right here. So it's going straight up right here. That's where this stem, it's growing straight up. And then this one just decided, no, we're going to grow a whole new plant from the center stem all the way to this side. So I had to kind of give it a little bit more stability. And then these look weird, but I was actually trying to build a root system with these, and so far no luck for this one, so I'm unfortunately going to remove it. But this one might have, see, this is my favorite part. So this grew roots, and I'm so happy about it. So for stuff like this, I'm actually going to mist just so it doesn't dry out, because that's where I get nervous. Because it's succulent, it can survive, but when it comes to little babies, I want to make sure it really, really grows a strong root system. So I'm excited. Anytime you want to propagate a succulent, you want to make sure that you grab a decent piece of this, and it does have a node and an exposed part where it can grow a root. However, sometimes it's really difficult. What are you doing? It's really, really difficult. So I'm going to put this bad boy back to the windowsill. No, turn it though so the other part of it grows away. Then my friend Christina from work, she bestowed this cactus upon me, and not, of course, not normally would you ever put a cactus in water, but I'm propagating it, and it's from her cactus, and it's growing roots. So I might be able to transplant that into a little itty bitty amount of soil to see if it grows better that way, but we shall see. And then I have some babies from my Pilea plant. The mama's down there. I'm not going to pick it up because it's obnoxiously large. But yeah, I have a bunch of babies. I have some propagating in water because these are very thick stems, and I wanted to promote some root growth so it can build a root system on those stems. And then I have 2 whole pots of other babies. So I will be showing off those because if anyone wants them, I'm happy to give them to you because there's so many of them. So let me see. Come here, you little. So pretty much I'm going to say this is maybe like a 6-inch pot. Probably a 6-inch pot right here. And it's full of babies. And they're very happy. They're putting out new leaves. I have one other one this same size. Yes, it's the same size. Different color pot, but same size. And they've got a lot of babies in them too. So I am very, very excited. I just had to move a couple of my plants around because some of them was not happy. Some of them, yeah, were really not happy on where they were. With this bad boy, I'm gonna have to move back again. This is a Senecio Angel Wings, and it is not happy. I had it in here. It wanted to die. I moved it over there. It wanted to die. I moved it over there. It was happy. But then it started getting sad. So I'm just like, what do you want from me? So I put it back over here to see if it'll be okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Who knows? This might not grow for me. But it has little buds. And it's separating and it's super fuzzy and cute. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, guys. I'm worried. I'm really worried. And then my prize aloe. This guy's so huge. This is getting heavy now. So I just planted this into a new pot. And the pot is... I think this is a pot. No, this isn't an 8-inch pot. But it's bigger than me. It's... Well, not bigger than me, but you know what I mean. Like, it's from my chest upwards. It's putting out a new baby. Oh, my God. Ooh, this is going to be a monster. I'm going to have to transplant this in a couple months. But it is huge. And as you can see, still growing in the center as well. So I'm going to try to make sure it grows up and out rather than to one side. Because there are some that have a habit of growing that way. So we're going to try to make sure that it grows to the best of its ability and in the healthiest way possible. Then, I'm going to try to be as careful as possible because I'm really, really stressed out. Because it's a new... Ooh, they're growing. What the hell? But there are no roots, which is stressing me out. But they're growing baby. It's literally growing babies. Like, these were not there. But they're just sitting in water. And there are no roots. Like, there's one root. And it's not going to be a strong enough root system to supply all of this. This is actually another form of Senecio. It is actually, technically it's a peperomia, I'm pretty sure. And it is a string of turtles. And if you look, they look like turtlebacks right there. And it's super, super duper cute. But I'm going to leave that be. Then, I'm going to move this bad boy. And I'm pretty sure this is also a silver splash, but I could be mistaken. This is growing a root system, and soon I'm going to transplant this, but I want it a little bit thicker roots. This is also Hoya. I'm not sure what type of Hoya, but it does have speckles. My friend Christina also gave me this one, and it looks like it's a silver splash. I don't know, but we'll find out together once it grows a little bit more. Then, as you know, guys, my string of bananas had gotten infested over the winter. I saved maybe 2 or 3 strands and put them in water. Well, believe it or not, they are thriving. They grew a root system. I will be transplanting them in a pot eventually. And the only good thing about them, because they're Senecio and they propagate from pieces off of the strand, I can literally bury half of the strands and then we'll hopefully build another root system from that. What other plants do I want to show off? I don't know. There's so many. So many. I'll show off my bamboo and then I will decide what's next. Oh, it's heavy. It's too heavy. I'll take a different form of video to show it off. It's way too heavy for me to show it off. Like, it's in a glass vase and that glass vase weighs a ton because I have it in rocks. And it's not growing anymore, I don't think. But, hey, it doesn't need to grow anymore because then it'll be touching my ceiling in about a foot. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so I have a couple more plants to show you. And I might not need to be in front of the camera for these ones, so that'll be great. My spider plants are doing okay. They keep putting out babies, but I've been having a hard time propagating them. So once I figure out the little niche for propagating them, I'm definitely going to demonstrate that for you guys, as well as other forms of propagation. I have other plants. I don't want to show off my other pothos because they're depressing looking and I need to transplant them into different pots, which I will also be demonstrating as well. I need to move one into a smaller pot maybe, and the other one into a smaller pot as well because they're not thriving in a large pot. Yeah, this isn't going to be your typical plant care video. It really isn't a plant care video. It's more kind of just giving you a tour of my room, my jungle. But yeah, just give me 2 seconds and I will flip the camera around and we will show off the remainder of my plants. Or you'll get to see the remainder of my plants. Oh, well, you know what I mean. Alrighty guys, so this is going to be a short little snippet of what my little setup for this vase is for my bamboo. I was struggling with my bamboo at first because it only liked filtered water. But then I discovered that Glastonbury has really decent tap water. So then I started using that, and if you can't tell, the whole bottom of that is all root system. And don't mind me, I do need to dust, but we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, it's really, really tall. I am actually short, so actually that's not news to the majority of the people that know me. But if you can't tell, that's about a foot away from the ceiling. So I'm really hoping this doesn't grow anymore. We shall see. Otherwise, I'm going to have to relocate it. But this is also my string of bananas that I told you is recovering. And it's got new growth. And I'm very, very happy about it. It's got a decent root system that I'm happy to bury in dirt in order to fix. So, yeah. Alrighty. So this is my snake plant setup. And then my cute little fountain that I haven't put water in a hot minute. I just wanted to show off my snake plants. This one is not growing any babies, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen? This one is new as well. I believe I got this from Woodland too. These are from Woodland. This, and this was originally like trolled up together, but it wasn't happy. And one of the centerpieces died, so I immediately separated them. And I can tell that they're healthier now because there's external growth. This one, I don't know what's going on with this one. I know that is originally from when the other part of the snake plant died, but we'll see what happens. Then this, it's not really growing, but we'll see what happens as well. And if you can't tell, that is a little remnant of the original snake plant dying, so we'll see what happens. This bad boy is putting out some more growth here, but they're very, very slow growers. Very, very slow. So don't expect a lot of stuff to happen with this. And then this, believe it or not, this came from this bad boy. This was a baby from that. And it's tiny. It's honestly about that big and that tall. So, I mean, that's not big at all. And it put out a baby that's closing in on its size. I mean, the height from that one leaf is the same size, which is awesome. Alrighty, can't wait to show you the rest. Well, and then these, believe it or not, are my syngoniums that are thriving, that were severely dying in the winter. I mean, you can see where they were suffering in the winter, and I pruned as much as I could, but it came back with a vengeance, and I'm here for it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to turn this, because these are great. I want to get a little bit more volume from this one. This is, I believe, a Berry Illusion, and Berry Illusion and Mary something. I don't know. I can't remember for the life of me. I'm terrible with these mixed names, but this one is like red. This one is pink and green. There you go, guys. There you go. I'm a mess sometimes. And then this bad boy is putting out a new leaf as we speak. This is a, oh my God, a Micans. And they're so soft and smooth. And they're metallic looking. There's crisp red edges. And they're just so beautiful. I just need to be careful because I don't want them to fall out. Little vase, and this is another glass bone vase. It's uneven, but it's perfect to me. Honestly, I don't even care that it's uneven. It's just sweet and cute, and I love it. And thank you to the person that made this. I'm gonna make sure I tag you, so this way, if anyone else is interested in glass bone vases, they can find you and get those from you as well. Now, this beauty, this bad girl right here, this I managed to get from Woodland. It was the last one, and someone probably hid it. But she's so pretty. I absolutely love the fenestrations in the leaves. This is also a form of Monstera. It's called the Minima. Rhapsophoide, or Rhapsophoide, something, Rhapsophode. I'm going to call her Rhapsophode. But it's Minima. It's my little ma. And she's so cute, and she's putting out growth left and right. I need to wipe you guys down. But besides that, yeah, this little baby leaf. Another baby leaf over here with sharp fenestrations. And then these two right here. Ugh. And that was my knee. This is a ruby necklace, also one of my new babies that I got from Woodland. Absolutely beautiful. The pink stems accentuate this. Oh my goodness. And I already know Aiden and Paul are going to be mocking me for all my pronunciation today. This cute little pot I snagged from TJ Maxx. Absolutely adorable. And plus, it looks like hair. Very pretty hair. So why not? Then, oh my goodness. Ugh. Gotta sit down for this one. This is a staghorn fern. I can't remember where I got this. And I should know where I got this. But they're very easy to take care of. I lightly water the moss that it's in, and I mist the leaves, and that's literally it. It likes dark, indirect light, so this is where I have it. It's right next to my bed, so it's blocking the majority of the light, but it's been growing, so, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that at all.
And then I just wanted to show off this cutie pie. I got this from Logi's, and as you can see, I'm not able to reach it, but it's a shell that they put a Tillandsia in, and it's so cute. And of course I had to put it on my ceiling and hang it like it's a jellyfish, and I kind of want to get like 4 or 3 more to just pop around my room, you know what I mean? Because it'll look cute, and it's like in the ocean.
All right, I'm gonna stand on my ottoman for this video meal. All right, so this is a Prince of Orange philodendron. As you can see, I can easily I can't talk today. Wow. But this is an easy way to tell why it has that moniker. Usually all of these come in as red little red little stems, and then slowly when they unfurl, you will notice if they're going to be orange or if they're going to be green. It's pretty easy to tell when they come through. I'm hoping with that light color right there, it's going to be orange. I want another orange leaf. And then we have this cutie pie that I got from Logi's. It's variegated. This is a Chineke, and it is a rubber tree. So I love the way that it has the similar opaque leaves with a slight tint of pink in it. In the stems, the center stems are also pink. I like the fact that it is also variegated. Yes, I'm shaking, don't mind me. They're also like easily shakeable. It's not very sturdy, so don't mind that. It has the variegation in it, which is very, very nice. It's multicolored, so this is a very dark green, a light green, and then a very, very soft, kind of like, what's that phrase? The pastel, there we go, pastel green. And then I have a lovely, yes, I got that from Goodwill. I actually got, this was a set, so it was only $4, so $2 each. It was lovely. This is the silver philo that I have, and it's absolutely beautiful. And eventually I'm going to put this in another pot and reunite it, but honestly, I don't know if I want to do that because I like the way it's coming down and it's still growing that way. And I kind of just want it to take over this side of my shelf. So I might let it do that. The other one is like, don't mind that. That's where I had them out. The other one's over there and it's not really growing that much. So I'm gonna leave it over here, let it do its thing. I mean, originally when I had the whole plant over here, it was growing and trying to like get into my closet, into the cracks right here. So I mean, not the end of the world, but it was getting annoying to find it like hooked onto like one of my shirts and stuff. So I had to separate it. And then lastly but not least, this bad boy. I gotta sit for this one. She tall, a little tall. This is also a rubber plant. This is a burgundy rubber plant, also a form of ficus. I know a lot of people think of ficuses and they think of trees, but there are many different forms of ficus, and this is a new leaf, and then there's another new leaf coming out right there. It's a very interesting color, mainly because it's burgundy, but it's not burgundy. So I'll explain. Right here, the new leaf comes out like as a red sprout. Then as it matures, it gets very dark. Not as dark as the Raven ZZ, but pretty close to it. Then if you look all down the center, it is a red stem there. So it's pretty interesting. It's very different. I do have to prune that and just take all that out there. But, I mean, they're thriving. Oh, last but not least, I was wrong. I forgot to show you my big old baby. Hold on. Ready for this badass reveal? So, I'm sure the majority of you remember my lovely money tree. And this is where we're at right now. I had to move her into a different pot. And she's still growing. She's still growing very tall. And she's putting out new babies. And I'm trying to make sure that she starts moving this way. But lately she just kind of wants to grow that way. So up and to the left. But I'm going to let her do her thing. I'm not going to be bothered by it. She's just putting out leaves. She's doing her own thing. Excuse me. And then this wonderful baby that is on crack, I guess. A lot of crackhead energy. So excuse me. This is my Monstera. I'm slowly going to surely make my way up her. But she's been putting out... You can't hide that baby leaf from me. Look at you. I love the color of the baby leaves. And this baby leaf just unfurled overnight. And she already has a fenestration in them. Now, there are some leaves, as you see here, that almost a heart. I love it. I love you too, Deli. There's some leaves that do not come with any fenestrations, and as the leaf ages, it comes with fenestrations. Then you have some leaves that have a partial fenestration when they open up. This may or may not gain more fenestrations as it ages. Then you have this bad boy, which actually, these large fenestrations on the edges right here, this leaf unfurled with these. However, as the leaf expands and grows, these fenestrations start popping up. You don't want to worry about that. And eventually the fenestrations might pop up here, or it might not. This one is an older leaf, and she only just got these fenestrations right here. Same thing, this is an older leaf and it just got these fenestration. That is a new fenestration. This one is just existent and it's not gaining any other fenestration. That's an old beat up leaf. It's taken a beating. And then this bad boy is so perky. It has earned this fenestration, this one, and this big old bad boy right there. So it is living its best life, putting out leaves left and right. Oh, another baby leaf. But yeah, and it's putting out hearts. I love it. It's super smooth, and they're cold, believe it or not. They're very cold and super smooth, which is very interesting to me, because if you touch some of them, like this bad boy right here, he's warm. It's very weird. I never understood the temperature stuff. See this, because this one, ironically enough, is still a baby. You can tell by how the light hits it. If it's still a very light green and it's see-through, you can tell it's a baby and it's recently unfurled. You can also tell by the brightness in color of these stems right here and the branches right here. These, however, have dulled out, completely dulled out. It looks like it's bright because of the light coming from my window, but I can assure you this right here is very dull. Same thing with this one. They are dull compared to this bright, almost neon greenish stems. So they try to match up with this. However, the stems here are more of like almost a white green rather than the neon green, but that'll change over time. Eventually, I will move her out of the pot, but there's really no need for it. I mean, she's been figuring out a way to put up new babies in the space that she has currently. And she does like to grow, and well, I shouldn't say she. Monsteras typically like growing up against something, so I supported it with some bamboo that I got from Home Depot. And this was something, I don't remember what this was attached to, but I'm using it to support it because this is just going to completely flop over. Because eventually, when some don't have more stalks growing off of it, it's just going to slowly but surely lean. With this has one whole stalk. This is another stalk, and another stalk right there. So that's got support, but I want it to continually grow upwards. So we're going to make sure that happens. Same thing with over here. Once this keeps putting out babies, I'm going to make sure it grows upward and stays nice and strong. Same thing with this one and these ones over here. And then one thing that I'm very happy about is the fact, where are you? Where am I? This is the baby leaf, the big old one with the fenestrations. This is about to put out a baby. So I might see a baby coming out of this one in, I want to say 2 weeks or so. So I'm definitely going to keep it, like, everyone up to tabs with this, because I'm so excited, because then it's going to be so much taller. And I'm Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm excited to be putting out this content for all of my nature buddies here on the channel, and anybody that I can get into loving plants and teaching them how to go from a black thumb to a green thumb. I am happy to do so. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.